Blog Talk Radio.
You're quite hostile.
I got a right to be hostile, man. My people been persecuted.
Revolution is not revenge, it's progress.
I want the truth.
We have to dare to be different and dare to tell the truth.
You don't see the fire, but the house is burning.
Look up a book and feed your mind.
Culture that took over.
How will the people say? You are a deceived people. Nobody else can do this for us.
Take that white Jesus down.
Something is wrong.
Do the research like we do research, you'll be convinced also.
Turn off Fake Housewives of Atlanta.
Continue to raise the intellect and the consciousness of the human family.
Professor Griff knows.
So I ain't no toast.
Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. ZaZa, you old enough to know about the JBs?
No.
And listen, Mr. Bird, you got
The JBs or JBs?
no, not JB.
Okay.
JB.
That was
What's a JB?
That was good.
James Brown Band. JB.
You bring up band? Called the James Brown Band?
JB. Yeah.
Oh, hi. Sorry. 36.
All right, for all the youngsters out there. Anyway, this is Enemy Minds Radio. Oh, can you turn it? Right there. This is Enemy Minds Radio on the Minds Matter Blog Talk Radio Network. The matters of the mind matter. Greetings, family. Peace. Hotep. Shalom. Assalamu alaikum. Abibi Afodie. Alafia. On the move, as my good sister, all the way from Philly, Pan Africa, would say. All right. Good evening and welcome to another edition of Enemy Minds Radio. You know something? I think good afternoon, good morning, and good evening are appropriate greetings until you make your way into a higher level of consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's cool.
Now, what's wrong with good afternoon, good morning, and good evening when you have a higher level of consciousness?
I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but in most cases when you have a higher level of consciousness, you affirm and you reaffirm and you pass on things that we're trying to speak into existence.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess good evening would be wishing someone a good evening.
Right.
Something like that.
Okay. Peace is peace. Because you know some of our people don't take peace in the right spirit.
Yeah, they don't
I
take
have
peace,
this all. I get this all the time, especially
right.
when I go back home. It's like, peace. What up, young dude? Peace.
I just shot it. What you talking about?
No, but I don't even think people take it as you meaning them peace. I think they take it as peace. When someone says peace to you, they're saying it in a very dismissive kind of way. Like if you end the conversation, say, all right, cool, peace.
Like if somebody in the car out to pull up, they like,
Yeah.
not, oh,
Yeah. Anyway, peace is one of the most appropriate and, you know, one of the best well wishes that a person can wish you. Peace, right? Because
but
how
a lot
many
of
people
times,
on this planet are actually living in peace?
no, they're not. No. But how many times can you say peace in different languages and people will frown at you?
Yeah.
Salam is peace.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum is peace be unto you.
Uh-huh.
But people don't look at that like Hotep is peace.
Yeah, a brother came up to us and you know, well, he got to the event this weekend and said Assalamu alaikum, and it changed the whole vibe. You know, like we sit there, you know. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Welcome to another edition of Enemy Minds Radio with your host, Professor Griff and Miss ZaZa Ali.
Peace to the gods and goddesses. Peace to the RBGs. Peace to the Pan-African family. Peace to the Rastafari. Peace to the Black nationalists, the Moors, the Hebrew Israelites, the Native Americans, the Afro-Latinos. Shout out to the indigenous Indian brothers and sisters. Shout out to Z Ali and his beautiful mother. and the original family covering every 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth.
You said peace 4 times in that little paragraph.
Good.
Did you write that?
With my own hand.
This show and every show, pardon me, this show is the show where minds that produce great minds, because minds matter. We are souls in search of souls that are like minds, like mine. This show and every show is dedicated to all those that are dedicated. It's taught to us by our good brother, Dr. Reverend Phil Valentine.
And Sister Amy Garvey taught us to stand on our own 2 feet and fight like hell for our place in this world.
Yes. And we're definitely we're on the verge of bringing about a revolution of the mind, that is, because minds matter. Revolution is complete, constructive, conscious, cosmic change. It's taught to us by our good brother, Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad.
And as the African proverb teaches us, revolution is when women give birth to men. It is through the womb that man perfects. Why do I keep messing this up?
And
it is
you
through
wrote
the
that.
womb, and I wrote this, exactly. It is through the womb that man and woman protects him and her.
Take your time. Take a deep breath.
Maybe it's the bright red. It's all in red.
Damn, bro.
I probably need to put it in a purple,
Yeah,
harmonic kind of.
Look, mine is in green.
Right. Yeah. Revolution is, let me start over. Revolution is when women give birth to men, as the African proverb teaches us. It is through the womb that man perfects himself, and it is through love that man is truly transformed.
You could be whatever you want to be in this world's life on your way to becoming gods and goddesses. Having a human experience called you is given to us by our good brother, Professor James Small.
Yes, sir. When we were also taught, you hate it? You hate when I do that?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What's wrong with just yes, sir?
Yes, sir. We were also taught by the most. Don't nobody say nothing when you be doing your little redneck Billy Goat Gruff little characters and old Annie Mae and Bubba Gump. He got 25 personalities. Don't nobody say nothing when you do that. So, yes, sir. The most honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that to find God, we must look within. Heaven and hell is a state of mind, not an actual physical place.
Can you say that again?
Heaven and hell is a state of mind, not an actual physical place.
Wow.
To the brother who has written me, and he's probably going to be in the chat room tonight, and the one who you went back and forth with, again, heaven and hell is a state of mind, not an actual physical place.
Brothers and sisters.
We know what the numbers that we did, right?
Right. Okay, heaven and hell, right.
I think I need to pull that up. I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm just saying for the show's sake.
Right,
or
do that.
Yeah, because, okay, when we finish the script, when we play a clip, I'm going to pull that up.
All right, cool.
Because we need to make this make sense for our listeners. And, we have a well-rounded, well-studied group of, consistent listeners who teach us just as much as we teach them.
Exactly.
But there are some people who still, kind of, yeah.
They come into it with their arms folded.
Yes.
Not being open, not ready to learn anything new.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, and this is no disrespect to anyone listening, they come and they send me texts and they contact you on Facebook and via your email, and they're looking for students.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to be your student, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I can learn some things from you, but you coming and sending me text messages thinking that, I'm going to sit back and just pull out a legal pad and you're going to teach me for the next 2 hours of my damn day, which I don't have time for.
Right.
No, it's not good. It's not good.
So, I'm going to pull that up. But in the meantime, we build minds and hurl truth at falsehood, destroying and rebuilding.
I would like to learn, but simplicity is the way you can get to me. Just look, if it's simple and it's clear, short, precise, let me process it. I got you.
Right.
I got you. I ask simple questions. If heaven and hell are 2 physical places, where in the known and the unknown universe can we find it? That's all. We have high-powered telescopes that can see the pubic hair on a goddamn roach on Mars. Show me where the hell heaven and hell is. Once again, this is Enemy Minds Radio on the Minds Matter Blog Talk Radio Network, where matters of the mind matter. Our aim and our mission
is to raise the vibrational pitch of our thinking into the mind of the Creator, as taught to us by Tanetta Muhammad.
And also to raise the consciousness level of the human family and replace racism, white supremacy with justice, so we can live in peace on this planet that we affectionately call Earth.
I found it, but the call-in number is 347.
No, let's pause this.
Okay, let's pause.
Go ahead.
Okay. This is from my lecture, A Mental Genocide, and this is also in my book, Black Matters, Volume 3. The circumference of the planet Earth is 24,894 miles, right?
Yes.
Check.
Mm-hmm.
The diameter of the Earth is 7,926 miles. Do you know what the diameter is?
No.
The diameter is from the middle to the outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking at a tennis ball,
mm-hmm.
from the middle of the tennis ball to the outside is the diameter. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Here's a scripture that has a lot of people confused. Mark, and I put this in a lecture, Mark 9, verses 43 through 44. And if thy hand offended thee, cut it off. It is better for thee to enter into life maimed than having two hands go into hell, into the fire that never shall be quenched, when their worm dieth not, and the fire is not quenched. That, and then shall he say unto them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting life, prepare for the devil and his angels. Basically, this is where people get this idea of hell being a physical place and that you are going to eternally burn in a pit of fire.
Right, forever.
Forever. There's
and
more.
And it doesn't burn out.
It never burns out. You just burn forever.
Okay.
In the center of the planet.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In the core of the earth. Now, according to European, scientists, anthropologists, whatever you want to call them, there were 5 million people, in 8,000 BCE, right?
Okay.
So that's 10,000 years ago. And this is for all the Bible thumpers, right?
Right.
Because
the baby Bible babblers.
it is from the Bible's perspective that the planet is, 6,000 years old?
According to them, yeah. According to what they give us as far as the Bible is concerned, because Moses in the book of Genesis kind of put that together, kind of 4004 BC, right?
Okay. So the current world population is 7.125 billion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically they're saying that 107 billion are the number of people who have ever lived. 107 billion people on the planet, right? You follow me so far?
I follow you, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So up to 2015, there have been 107 billion people on the planet.
Right.
Now, we know that number probably needs to be multiplied by a billion, right? To get an
accurate figure.
We'll lowball it because we want this to make sense, right? So 107 billion people times 10%, we're saying 10% of the people who ever lived on the planet probably went to hell.
Right.
Now, we know that number is probably more like 85%.
Right, if you believe in that concept. But go on.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So 107 billion times 10% would mean that there are 10 billion and 700 million people in the core of the earth right now burning.
Forever.
Forever, ever.
And ever.
There are 10 billion, 700 million people in the core of earth right now on fire. Which would mean that there are roughly 96 billion people in heaven right now.
Okay. So if it's 10 billion in the core of the earth burning forever and 96 billion floating around eating milk and honey with wings in heaven. Okay, so that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people
hanging around.
Yeah, and then the heaven is one thing because we don't even know the ends of where space and the planets go. So okay, that's one thing. But let's just stick with 10 billion and 700 million people being in the core of the planet Earth, underneath our feet right now, burning, and we can't feel the heat when we walk on the grass.
Right. Wait a minute. You got to. Okay, go on. You have more?
No. I don't need to read the scriptures because I know they already know. But this is not the show for that foolishness and for not thinking outside of the box. You could come in the door like that because we all came in the door like that at one point or another. But we do logical thinking, reasonable, common sense type study. That's what we do, and that's what we inspire our listeners to do, and that's what they inspire us to do as well. So don't write me 50 messages trying to prove to me that hell actually exists, and the only thing you can do is quote the scriptures. If you can't speak from your own mind and prove what you believe or even stand on what you believe in your own words, you wasting my time.
Okay, you've heard it from Mrs. Zaza Ali herself, and we were at the point where we were. The calling number is 347-633-9644. We want to know what's on your mind. So in the spirit of our ancestors, to whom shoulders we stand on, we simply would like to say, Ashe. And with that said, we want to call on the spirit of those brothers and sisters that have transitioned into the ancestral realm. I want to call on the spirit of the unknown soldier, the unknown warrior, the unknown brother and sister who left timeless, ageless wisdom and didn't attach their name to it. But know that in this day and time that we would pick it up and it would come from the mouths, and wisdom and knowledge and science will come from the mouths of babes. One such brother is languishing in prison right now, and I'm sure the ancestral vibration came through this brother, and his name is H. Rap Brown, Jamil Abdullah Al-Amin. This brother said racism systematically verifies itself any time the slave can only be free by imitating his master. Wow. That's the only time the slave can ever be free, by imitating his master, i.e., the little boy you put up on the NMEMINDZ page, the Christian little boy.
Yes, sir. And God is with you, and I love the Lord. He was 3 years old, and the brother who tagged me, Lil Coon in the making. But he was jumping and shouting and doing his, arching his back with the little Holy Ghost move, and
the little coon that
one
would,
of the
man.
sickest things I've ever seen in my life.
Little coon that could, if he could.
Wow. Okay. Well, I want to second what a little coon that could. I second that, and I will also make a special acknowledgement of all the unknown mothers present, company included. I know about 4 sisters right now who are with child, and they are all beautiful and wonderful and dynamic in their own way.
Is the brothers there?
No, not all of them.
Oh, okay.
But you know, the sisters is working it out as we do. You know, taking a normal situation that should be pleasant and loving and memorable, and you know, of course, it's going to be a little scary, and you know, but when you couple that with not having a man present and not knowing what the situation for the child and the father is going to be, it makes a normally loving and beautiful experience turn into something that is can be tragic and unfortunate. So I'm definitely shouting out all of the sisters and the mothers. You know, we had sisters who threw their babies off of ships in order to keep them from going into a life of servitude or just a life of the unknown. And as a parent, whether you're a mother or a father, you know, I don't know if you can understand the depth of what that means, you know, and I hear people say, well, I couldn't do that. And I don't know. You know, if you seeing women being on the ship being raped and you dealing with a people unlike anything you've ever seen before in your life, and you have this opportunity to relieve yourself and your child of that, you know, it's easy for us to say right now what we would or wouldn't do.
Right, sitting in your comfort.
Yeah. Right. So, you know, even though, you know, we can't imagine what our ancestors actually faced, but in their minds, they were doing what was in their children's best interest. So for all of those mothers, the mothers who gave birth to prophets, the mothers who gave birth to scientists, to engineers, to architects, to all of the great minds, men, women, and children alike on this planet, we say Ashe. Ashe.
And in the spirit of all of the prophetess, messengers, guides who came in the personage of great women, and to all those unknown soldiers that have fought, bled, and died for the freedom, liberation of our people here in the wilderness of North America and throughout the black African diaspora, and our home, the continent, Mother Africa, and, pardon me, that's our throne, our home, 196,940,000 square miles, which is the planet.
That's right.
That we call Earth. We'd like to say 3 times, Ashe, Ashe,
Ashe,
Ashe.
Ashe.
If you'd like to contact us, you can tweet me at RealProfGriff. You can email me at ProfessorGriffPE@gmail.com. And I'm proud to click the space button and add in my website, www.ProfessorGriff.com. www.professorgriff.me. Can y'all write that down, please? www.professorgriff.me. Yeah, the whole .com thing is a thing of the past. You don't need a .com anymore. Come on over here where we are. It's a .m. I think that's kind of fly.
Me? .me?
Yep, .me. I hit up GoDaddy. It's like, yo, straight up, can I get my own little thing? I don't want a .com, .net, .org. Can I do my damn thing? They said, Professor Griff, what do you want? I said, me. They said, okay. So they gave me a .me.
Just because you Griff.
Damn right. I'm serious, man. So www.professorgriff.me. Go there, order the comic book. Tonight I'm going to put the GoFundMe thing up. Shout out to all the brothers and sisters that have supported Professor Griff with the GoFundMe campaign. Thanks, Zaza, for your beautiful writing.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks to my peeps out there to help me put the first writing together. Yeah, it kind of confused some people, but them same people that are confused, when you wrote yours, like I told you, they didn't contribute any your way.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we've cleared the confusion up, they didn't go back and donate. Those who thought about donating but just didn't get paid yet, or you can't donate because you just don't have it, I love you all to life, man. And you know I'm going to continue to speak in your behalf regardless whether you donate or not. That's just the way I am. That's just what it is, plain and simple. All right? You can text me at 678-557-2919. Thanks to Free for putting together the video. Thanks Dave Young for lending us his equipment. Who else? Oh, man. Ish, Khalil, Powell-Born, Bianime, Shane for coming help the brother get back in shape. Some brothers was hitting me up like, you should make a workout video, man. You let my back stop hurting, man. We're going to do that for real. 678-557-2919. If you haven't donated yet, go to GoFundMe, Professor Griff Rehabilitation Fund. All right? Thank you.
You can hit me up on Facebook at Zaza Ali. Our Enemy Minds radio page is NMEMINDZ radio. That's also our Twitter handle. Make sure you check out the video we did with Brother Rich yesterday.
It's up?
It's up. Yeah.
Oh, I've been waiting all day. You didn't tell me.
I did.
Bruh.
And the title is Professor Griff and Zaza Ali discuss Planned Parenthood's organ harvesting video and black promiscuity.
Wow.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to just tell y'all from the rip. Y'all going to get mad, so start getting mad now.
Everybody's not going to get mad.
I didn't say everybody.
Okay.
When you throw a rock in a crowd of dogs, the only one that hollers is the one that get hit. That's what I'm talking about.
I think, and like I said on the show, on the interview last night, that, the terms celibacy and abstinence are like curse words in the black community. Like, why is it so hard to discuss that?
My words are going to come back and haunt you. Watch. How long has it been up?
A couple hours.
When you try to give people advice on growing and letting them know that, especially with brothers, letting them know that the more you ejaculate, the weaker you get. Just those simple terms. Yeah. Not even going and dealing with the scientific breakdown of how Phil Valentine breaks it down and Delbert Blair and a few other people, Rudra and a few other people break it down. I'm not even getting to that level.
Right.
I'm just saying in a nutshell, no pun intended, I'm just saying that when you tell brothers that and you suggest these things, brothers say, okay, well, nah, man, I'm shooting off as often as possible. I'm like, nah, bro, don't work that way. Yeah. Anyway, go on.
There's a whole science behind that. And I think we should do a show about that, actually.
No, I think we should, but let's let people check out the Brother Rich thing we did.
Oh, yeah, of course. But I'm just saying a show on being promiscuous. The whole, living in an oversexed society. I think we should do that.
Yes, let's do that.
We have coming up, we're going to do the gay marriage, gender.
That's going to be the whole week. So
that's going to be 2 shows.
Right.
So are we going to do that first next week?
Do we have the whole week next week?
Yeah, why wouldn't we?
What's next week's date? Because I'm leaving. I'm going to Miami.
When are you going to Miami?
On the 24th.
That will be Friday. So we can do it.
Yep. All right.
Okay, so we're going to do the gay marriage, influx of homosexual situation, the whole situation in New York. I don't know if you know, but the National Black Theater, they had a straight pride event planned there, and they got some fire and some heat from the LGBT community. I'm assuming because of, Irritated Jeannie's, hate relationship with the LGBT community. LGBTQ, I always forget that. The Q stands for queer.
Okay.
Why anybody would adopt that term, I have no idea. But, yeah, so it's some, they had a protest yesterday to put up a video about it, so everybody should definitely check that out. But, I've been to the National Black Theater a couple of times and spoken there, and I was very shocked to find out that, they got strong-armed to the point where, the gay and lesbian community is calling shots on who we have at the National Black Theater.
I remember weeks ago, almost a month now, I told you that. Mm-hmm. I mentioned it to you. You was like, what? Like it wasn't going to happen. Mm-hmm. And I said, yeah, they're threatening the brother. They send the emails. They're at it. Mm-hmm. And he's like, okay, well. And then when you showed it to me last night, I said, see? Because somebody tipped me off, and it's like, wow. I hope that brother don't cave in to that pressure.
Yeah. So, I mean, do we still have black institutions that are not
do we have black minds
being penetrated or infiltrated to the point where, I mean, it's like we can't draw a line in the sand? Is that taboo now to say, no, we're not with that? Is that a crime now? Because if it is, then I am guilty.
Yeah, they're making it so weird. If you don't agree with them, however they feel that day, they will ostracize you, shut you down, whatever they could do.
And see, that's when not having a job comes in handy.
Right.
Because you don't have to worry about going in and worry about a boss and, all of those type of different things. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We will be discussing all of those things next week. I don't know, maybe we can have Sonnet or Irritated Genie come on and do a quick, synopsis of what's taking place.
Happened? Right.
Definitely. Yeah, we're going to talk about it for 2 shows. We're going to talk about the curriculum that is being infused into the school system, the public school system. Let me tell you something straight up, brothers and sisters. If your children are in the public school system, I can guarantee you that they have already been introduced, whether they know it or not, whether you know it or not, to a curriculum that is inclusive of homosexuality.
Or homosexuality, which is included in the curriculum.
Correct. Yeah. Or gender, they have, diversity training now and, all of these different, cultivating the term gender. California has schools now that have transgender bathrooms. We saw the clip of the little boy who's turned into a girl now, and his name is
I Am Jazz.
I Am Jazz, right? So we're going to deal with all of that next week. And, we're not scared to talk about the topic. Doesn't mean we hate homosexuals. No,
we're talking about the topic.
We love God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not that we hate homosexuals at all, and it's not that we're anti-gay. No, we're pro-life. Right. So we're going to deal with that subject next week, and then I think after that would be befitting that next Tuesday if we come back and do a show on sex and promiscuity. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
All right, so shout out to Brother Rich. And give the title one more time so people can find it, Zaza.
The title is Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali. Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali discuss Planned Parenthood's organ harvesting video and black promiscuity.
Okay. All right, brothers and sisters. Tonight we are going to discuss Matrix Motherload. What does that mean, the Matrix Motherload?
The Matrix is pregnant.
The Matrix is pregnant and has to give birth. The Matrix is pregnant and has to give birth. What would the Matrix give birth to? It's the first question we want to ask tonight. I'm saying the Matrix has to give birth to the future. Mm-hmm. And the question now becomes, is the future now? Mm-hmm. I want to start out by saying I used to watch the Jetsons. Inside of the cartoon, the Jetsons, they were riding on those scooters that police are using today. Now, how long ago was the Jetsons out?
Oh, that was in the 90s, right? Early 90s?
It was before that.
No, it was in the 80s.
Yeah.
I was about, 10? 88, 87, somewhere around there?
The Jetsons, I think the Jetsons was out before then.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Jetsons have been around for a long
George
time.
Jetson.
Yeah.
His boy Elroy.
Okay.
Daughter Judy.
Okay.
Jane, his wife. Don't look at me like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Shout out to all the old school brothers and sisters. I used to love the Jetsons.
So the Jetsons had flip phones, robots, robot pets, a maid, which was a robot. Space age, this, that, and the other. He worked at Spacely Sprockets, I think.
Spacely Sprockets,
And
yes.
what was his boss's name?
Mr. Sprocket?
That was his boss's name for real?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, okay. But anyway, there was a lot of space age stuff going on. This was like 20 years ago. The stuff that we saw in the Jetsons, we're living with and using today.
Mm-hmm.
What will we be using 20 years from now?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go over some of those things, from the Apple Watch to the Facebook's facial recognition software, and the bigger agenda at play here: artificial intelligence and the gay emojis.
Bruh.
Oh my! Yeah.
Y'all probably haven't noticed them. I didn't even notice them until I read the article. They have gay emojis now with 2 men and a baby.
Okay, so we have to stop in case people don't know what an emoji is.
Okay.
All right, can you tell them?
The emoji, I don't know what it's called on the Android, but on the Apple, there is a keyboard that you can download.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the emoji, and it has all these cute little, flowers and hearts and smiley faces and,
right.
moon, star, planet, and everything. It's really, I love it personally.
Right.
But they have gay emojis now. It says,
so basically,
it says Apple's. Apple's new emojis include illustrations of families that include 2 male parents or 2 female parents. The updated emojis also include characters of various races.
So when you go, I know a lot of y'all are just used to sending smiley faces and sad faces.
Mm-hmm.
That's what an emoji is. So now they have a lot more emojis.
Mm-hmm.
You can send a black power fist. You can send a thumbs up. You can send a lot of things. A kiss.
Right.
You can send a few things. But now they have emojis where they have different races. They have 2 men holding hands, walking through the park. Mm-hmm. They have a few gay emojis. All right, so we need to talk about these particular things because, like I said, if the Matrix was to give birth, it would give birth to the future.
Well, somebody's listening, or somebody will listen to the archive and say, it's just an emoji. What's the big deal? If you don't have to use it, you don't have to look at it. It doesn't have to affect your own personal life. Why are you making a big deal out of it?
But do your child have to use it? Mm-hmm. And is it nonverbal communication?
Mm-hmm. And
how important is nonverbal communication?
Mm-hmm.
90% of how we communicate is nonverbal.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think that the whole idea of communicate, especially when I'm going to say this slow, for the smart asses out there, we black people are not responsible for taking away and adding in words to the English dictionary. Even if it's a word that they add in that speaks negatively against you as a black person, you have no power to go and change it, i.e. root, meaning, vibration, spirit of racism, white supremacy. Mm-hmm. You as a white person, I'm sure y'all are listening, I can call you names all day. I do not have the power to enforce those particular names I call you, to change your reality, change your bank account status or your status at the church or your level of education. I have not the power to change any of that. But do you have the power to call me those names and change my reality? Yes, you do. Racism has a lot to do with the power dynamic, and we have to understand that.
Speaking of church, did you see the article about the church that sent out the collection letters for tithes?
Oh, yeah. You got
to pay at least $1,000 a year in tithes.
So you're not an official member. But you see, a lot of people, not y'all.
Man.
There's a lot of people that don't study and they don't read. So when we say stuff like that, they think we're just making fun. But it's utterly ridiculous when you put that under the title and the banner of religion.
Yeah. I agree. So, yeah, that was pretty interesting, pretty funny. And if you are in a church and someone is giving you a letter like that and you went back the next Sunday, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Or if you went to your church and as soon as you go through the front door to the left, there's an ATM machine.
Yeah. There's I went back home, Oakland.
With the Jesus painted on the side of it?
No, it didn't have Jesus, but it was right when you walk in the door. Allen Temple, one of the biggest churches in Oakland. Yeah, I was very embarrassed. Anyway, tonight's show, we're going to be dealing with. Wait.
Claude said he watched Jetsons in the 60s.
That was a different. What? No.
Yeah. The Jetsons was way before the 80s. I used to watch the Jetsons when I was young.
So maybe it was reruns when I was watching it?
I think so.
Okay. Last thing, the Deion Sanders video.
Oh.
Did you? Oh. Deion Sanders wears wedding dress, blonde wig to perform Madonna's Like a Virgin. If you could see this dude, why would you do that? Well, okay, you, please tell me.
Me?
No, I'm asking you.
Oh.
For a brother, I know you wouldn't do it. For a brother who has money, notoriety, he's probably making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year as a broadcaster now. Family set, well taken care of. Why would a black man do that to himself in 2015?
Well, if you was to put that in front of Shaquille O'Neal, who has globs of money, he'd just say he's having fun, man. Just bored, nothing to do, just having fun.
Like him pumping Kevin Hart in the butt on Real Housewives of
right. Or him hanging
BET.
out with what's the chick? Flavor of Love thing?
Hoops.
Hoops.
Okay.
Him running around with hoops and with wigs on during Halloween. But yeah, you're just writing it off as fun.
Yeah.
And what do y'all do for fun? I remember women used to ask me that all the time. You're so serious. What do you do for fun? It's like, okay, but I'm not putting on a wig and singing like a virgin.
Isn't it? I mean, isn't there a sense of integrity for a man? Like
that's gone. That's out the window. The gender lines have been blurred, which we're going to talk about next week. So the Matrix Motherload is now. What have you thought about, brothers and sisters, some time ago that you say next, watch they do X, Y, and Z, and then now you see it in a magazine or on TV? I've thought that several times. For example, I've had friends, Black Dot and other people have talked about, in a minute, we're not even going to have cell phones.
Yeah.
We're going to have chips in our head, and we're just going to, answer the phone by just, thinking and communicating with somebody without even picking up the phone.
Which is scary because, we're going to play a clip from this gentleman. His name is Barry Trower. Remember Barry Trower? The one who talked about microphones and cell phones and Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Talking about the negative impact. Wi-Fi is a whole different level that we don't even, that I don't think we even, it's very convenient, but there is a whole science behind that that is very dangerous and detrimental. They have, in certain countries, they require, what's the wiring? Oh, God, it's glass something. Somebody in the chat room knows what I'm talking about. The wiring that takes the place of Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, right.
It's a specific kind of wiring, but it's very expensive to do. Certain countries make it mandatory, especially in schools. They can't have Wi-Fi. And sometimes when I'm sitting in this library as well as you, we sit in here too much. We are surrounded by so much technology. There's 2 printers, 2 recorder machines, about 6 speakers, the Wi-Fi information, the board that we run the show from, 2 computers, 2 monitors attached to both computers.
Both of us have 2 phones.
Both of us have 2 phones apiece. So, yeah, there's like a lot going on in this room right here. And sometimes when you come in here, especially if your mood is kind of off, you come in here and it magnifies it by 10.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You're right. And then especially those days where you wear that lime green ass shirt you be wearing. But, yeah, it gets kind of crazy. So, brothers and sisters, we're going to dive into it. Hello?
I'm not laughing.
We're going to dive into this subject, and we're going to bring you into the conversation. And when we come back from these commercials that we have to play, because we have sponsors and we have people that want to advertise on. What's the last time we put the information out about advertising on?
Let's do it now.
Can you do it?
I actually need to do a commercial for advertising.
Right.
Let's make that an agenda for this weekend. Shout out to Team Naturals, definitely about to be coming on as what's the proper word? My mind just went blank. Too much technology.
They're gonna have a commercial. They're gonna be one of the
sponsors.
Right.
Sponsors, yes. Team Naturals, black hair care company out here doing the damn thing. They're going to be joining. So shout out to Brother Jay and Team Naturals. But if you would like to advertise on NMEMINDZ Radio and have the opportunity to have an average of 40 to 50,000 people per month listen and hear your commercial, as well as an extended audience. Once we place our shows on YouTube, you'll have access at a larger number of people who listen to our shows.
Sean Wesley said fiber optic wiring.
Fiber optic wiring. Shout out to Brother Sean. Thank you very much. That's exactly what it is. So if you'd like to advertise.
The Jetsons' first episode was 1962. I was 2 years old. Thank you.
Who said that, Claude?
We have some very intelligent listeners.
Was that Claude?
No, that wasn't Claude. That was somebody from the 786. That's somebody from Florida.
Claude, we're gonna have a problem. No, Kanita said it was the 70s, I think. But anyway, Z said the 60s.
Oh, that's when she had hair? Nah, man.
Z said the 60s around the same time as the Flintstones.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, if you would like to advertise on Enemy Minds Radio, hit me up at mindsmatterbtrs@gmail.com. I'll send you the brochure, and then we can do the damn thing.
All right, this is Professor Griff and Miss ZaZa Ali on Enemy Minds Radio every Tuesday and Thursday from 8 to 10. All right, brothers and sisters, as soon as we get this website up, I want to announce that we're going to be on every day, Monday through Friday.
What?
What do you think we're getting a website for every day? Every day.
On the radio?
Or what we do right now for 2 hours?
I thought we were doing the
what?
cipher.
No, we're going to be on it a day.
We got to talk about that. It's a lot of work.
People don't think it's work. People think we just turn this thing on and we come on.
Tuesdays and Thursdays works just fine. We have space in between. We travel. We do a lot of different things. That's not in my contract.
We'll talk about that. We'll be right back.
Go to alldemdvds.com now for your DVDs on history, psychology, sociology, science, religion, health, and more. Your PhD is waiting for you right here in our DVD collection. We've got thousands of titles. Get that mind in shape this summer with alldemdvds.com. Order online or connect in or around Philadelphia. alldemdvds.com. That's ALLDEMDVDS.com or call 267-257-3270.
Craftswoman Consulting and Personal Services, offering wholesale shea butter, waist beads, pyramid, and aunt candles. Call 214-659-1RBG or visit candlescreated.com. Order custom designs, choose color and fragrance. Call 214-659-1RBG or visit candlescreated.com. Candle making classes available and more. Call 214-659-1RBG or visit candlescreated.com.
Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Wear your pride on your chest with Foxy's unique limited edition apparel for men, women, and kids. Check them out at myfoxy.com. That's myfoxy.com. At Foxy, they even have a variety of art, pillows, and more at myfoxy.com. Use coupon code MMBTRS14 and get 10% off your order. Get Foxy.
Hey, yo, check this out. This is Flavor Flav, you know what I'm saying? And you are listening right now to Enemy Minds Radio with Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali. And the place that...
I wanna love you, baby.
Professor Griff ZaZa on NMEMINDZ Radio.
Yep, that's the jam.
Roger Trout and then
What do you think about being back?
Oh, yeah.
Matter of fact, we're going to be in Oakland.
Yes, in August.
August 21st through the 23rd.
Nope, that's LA.
No, I mean August. Okay. I wrote my numbers backwards. August 14th through the 16th will be in Oakland. LA is the 21st through the 23rd.
Right.
I'm definitely like that's gonna take the cake for me going back home.
We're gonna make it happen.
Yeah. So for all the family out in the Bay Area, of course, the Ali, as well as all of my extended family and my loved ones, I'm definitely looking to all of you being in the building, as well as LA. We got a big following in Southern California as well.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be off the hook.
All right, brothers and sisters, we're dealing with the Matrix Motherload. Can I read something real quick? Somebody from 615 area code, I believe that's Tennessee somewhere, says, I had Wi-Fi router in my bedroom. A few months ago, I had a quantum biofeedback test. It tested positive for radiation exposure. I had to turn off the wireless function in my router. I don't test positive for exposure anymore.
Turn off the wireless function?
I had to turn off the wireless function in my router.
Meaning you can't use the wireless. You can't you won't have access to wireless if you turn it off, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, okay.
Because you kind of figure if you're in a building and it's wired, that's radiation 24/7.
Yeah, it is. So you want to start off here? Let's start off with this clip. And I definitely encourage everyone to study this guy, Barry Trower, Barrie, Trower, Trower. This interview is called "Wi-Fi, Microwaves, and the Consequences to Our Health."
Okay, but we do have to let the people know before the end of the show that there are crystals and there's certain things that you can wear and do to kind of block the radiation.
Absolutely.
Because this brother just sent me a damn picture where he work at. He said
goodness.
He's about to run out of the room.
Let me, where's that, CNN?
I don't know where the hell it's at, but look at all them damn computers.
Bruh. Oh, my goodness. It's like, oh, my goodness. That looks like CNN.
Wow. It's like the war room.
Yeah.
At the Pentagon, man.
Well, we're going to be praying for you, bruh. Let's check out Mr. Barry Trower, Wi-Fi. Listen closely to what this dude is saying because he used to work. He'll tell you what he used to do. He's got the credibility and he knows what he's talking about. So we'll come back on the other end. You're tuned into NMEMINDZ Radio with Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali. We'll be right back.
Joined the Royal Navy in 1960, and I specialised in microwave warfare. Radar, obviously, which uses microwave, but they don't just teach you radar, they teach you all about microwaves and other uses. So I understood about microwave warfare and how it can damage people, how it can harm people. And when I finished with the Royal Navy, I was also a diver in the Royal Navy, and microwaves I used in underwater mines as booby traps. Which actually got me interested, because I was actually taking a bomb to pieces underwater, and it was too complicated. And I brought it to the surface, and my partner that was on the surface said, "Yeah, take it back down." He said, "If somebody's beaming you with microwaves, they'll go right through you, and as you open the casing, trigger a photoelectric cell, and it'll blow all of us up." And he said, if it doesn't go through to the bomb, it'll aim it at your head and make you make a mistake. And that's really got me interested from that point, because I thought, well, how can microwaves going into your brain make you make a mistake? And I asked a lot of questions. I have a very curious brain. And the forces, they're very good at explaining things and telling you things. So I did that, and I also did a medical course while I was in to help me understand everything. And when I left, a small part of my job was to question captured agents, spies, terrorists, because microwaves then were used as weapons, as they are today. It is a perfect stealth weapon. And when governments don't like a group of people, for instance, the ladies who protest at Greenham Common in England about the American missile base they camped, they were microwaved. We microwaved Catholics in Northern Ireland to make them sick. It goes on all over the world. And it's a weapon that you don't know you're being targeted, because the dose is very, very low, which is actually more dangerous than a high dose. It's very, very low, and it may take a year or two, but you can cause neurological damage and cancers with low-level microwaves, and you can make all your opponents sick. It's a perfect weapon for a government to use. So that was going on, and I gathered all the information about that from people who were captured from other countries to find out what technologies they had, what pulse frequencies they used. But as I said, it was only a small part of my work, but because I was highly trained in it and I was useful, it just became a part of my working structure, along with master criminals and terrorists and all sorts of people that I found incredibly interesting, actually, to talk to. Very, very interesting. And then when I left there, I took a job teaching, and I taught advanced level physics, and I specialized in nuclear and atomic radiation, and again microwaves. And I've just always been in microwaves. And then it was a doctor. I went to see a doctor once, as most teachers do, with a sore throat. And he said, as most doctors do, it's viral, there's nothing I can do for you. And I was leaving, and he said, "Hang on, Barry," he said, "you're a physicist?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Can you explain something?" He said, "I went to a house that had a cot death 5 years ago. And the family moved, and a new family moved in, they had a new baby, the cot was in the same place, and there was another cot death." And he said, 5 years apart. And he said, there's a transmitter the other side of the child's bedroom wall. Could the transmitter cause the cot death? And I said, I don't know. I said, but I'll look into it. And then I found that microwaves were involved, and I knew what microwaves did. And a while later, I went back to the doctor, I wrote a paper on it, and I said, there's your answer. Microwaves can cause cot death by 2 or 3 different mechanisms. There's your answer. And then, for some reason, he told somebody who told somebody, and people started phoning me up and writing to me. saying, can you explain this or can you help with that? I've never actually asked anyone if I can do anything. They always come to me. And then the police came to me and said, we're getting this new Tetra airwave system. We don't understand what's happening. Can you read all this scientific rubbish and just put it into Janet and John and tell us? And I said, of course I can. So that was published, and since then it's snowballed and snowballed and snowballed, and now I receive up to 1,000 communiques a week from various countries, various people, and I can't handle it. So, and I'm here now because somebody asked me to come here. Wi-Fi, I think anyone who puts Wi-Fi into a school should be locked up for the rest of their life. I really do. I think they're not fit to walk on the surface of this planet because they haven't looked at the research, and whatever incentive they have, it is not worth the genetic problems that parents are going to face with their children when they're born. And if you think of a single parent, a mother, who has a genetically deformed child, that particular mother will feel guilty because she gave birth. She will feel guilty and she will be worried every single second of every single day for her life. She'll worry that the child won't marry. If the child can marry, she'll worry that the children will carry the disease, which they will. She will worry when she dies who will take care of them. So you are condemning both the family and the children to a lifetime of absolute hell. And this is already published. It is available to look up. It's what I call intentional ignorance. They are offered some sort of incentive and they think, oh, this is going to be good, we'll have it. Now the problem is, imagine you are a 15-year-old schoolgirl. All of the 400,000 eggs in your ovaries were with you at birth. They're not fully developed, but they're with you. They are 10 times more susceptible to radiation than all of the other DNA in the body. And scientists realize that. They don't read all of the papers as I do. So you have this highly susceptible genetic material which is going to make your children. And you are irradiating it because Wi-Fi's, they are transmitters as well as the routers, as well as the ones either side of you. They are all transmitting at this height through your ovaries. So you are risking the damage, the DNA damage of your child every time you sit down and you use Wi-Fi. And it's like saying, if I smoke a cigarette, which one will cause the damage? The answer is I don't know. It could be the one today. So you now have a child that has a probability of being genetically damaged. But the real damage is when that child grows up. You have genetic material in your ovaries which could be damaged. Now, the real problem comes, so you have a child that could be born genetically damaged, but the real problem comes when you become pregnant. If you are a teacher or a mature student and you become pregnant, because the embryo inside your womb, in the first 100 days, all of those 100,000 eggs are forming in your embryo, your child's ovaries. So your child could be born with genetically damaged eggs. And the main thing about the eggs in the ovaries of your child is that they have absolutely no protection. It hasn't been developed yet. We have a natural protection against microwaves. It was developed since the Stone Age against thunderstorms and massive amounts of radiation coming into our body. But in your embryo, your uterus, in the fetus, where your child is developing for the first 100 days, in the ovaries, the eggs do not have that protection. So they are at maximum risk from radiation. And for the first month or so, you wouldn't even know you were pregnant. You wouldn't even be taking precautions. That is the main danger area. So you give birth to a daughter, but her ovaries are now contaminated. She may be normal, she may be genetically damaged, but her ovaries are at the most risk. So when your daughter grows up and she becomes pregnant and has a baby, this is where one of these eggs will be fertilized and come out. So the real damage here is your grandchildren. That is where it is going to show most. And we already see this in animals that have reproductive cycles of a year or 2 years or 3 years. We're already seeing this, and it has been published by veterinary schools and vets and scientists, so we know this happens. And it's also been documented in the Cold War when women were deliberately microwaved. So we know it does happen. The documents are there. And what you're risking by putting Wi-Fi into schools is the future generations of all of these girls. But it gets worse, because this particular DNA, the mitochondrial DNA inside you, and the DNA inside you, the mitochondrial DNA, you can trace unchanged to your mother, her mother, her mother, right the way back to the beginning of the human race in Africa, the Stone Age. You can trace your ancestors, if you could, right back to the very first lady. It is unchanged, the mitochondria. And that is being unchanged in your children, which means if you damage it, your child could be genetically damaged, then her child, and her child, and her child, forever. You are condemning the future generations of every single child until there are no more lines left in the female in your family. You must stop. A female must stop producing children for this to stop. So when you put Wi-Fi in schools, what you're saying is, for the sake of a little bit of money that saves getting a workman in to drill holes through the walls to feed cable, because it's cheaper, we're just going to put Wi-Fi in, but you can have genetically damaged children for the rest of your family's career. That's what we're saying.
Okay.
That information hit a lot of people home and home.
Yeah, that's critical.
He said that the ovaries are more susceptible to radiation than the rest of the body.
Right.
And he said that you are risking damage to the DNA of your child. And you and I were having a conversation, and you said, well, is that me?
The air supply?
Let me see.
Oh,
that's YouTube. You know how they go to the automatic.
Yeah.
Thank you, YouTube. Wow. Okay. I put this video up on my Facebook page. I'm going to put it up on our Enemy Minds radio page as well, so you can share that and get people to digest it. Also research Barry Trower's work, because, I mean, when I got turned on to him, I was like listening
right.
to everything I could find of his.
But you know how much information was packed into that 14 minutes?
A lot.
Okay, but does that speak to some character that hit you up talking about Are there any dark-skinned women that he can learn from?
Okay, let me tell y'all how much. Somebody came on my Facebook page. A brother made a post. This is off topic, but a brother made a post.
No, it's on. Because we extracted information from that gentleman.
Yeah, that we're not going to get from any. I mean, it's hard to come across this information.
So should I worry about his complexion or the information?
Yeah, that's retarded.
Okay.
Somebody came on my page and asked me, because someone paid homage to me, Shahrazad Ali, Joy DeGruy, and Frances Cress Welsing. Okay, that's great, but are there any dark-skinned scholars that you can point me to? Looks like, okay, you're real stupid if you're asking for someone to study based on their skin tone. How about Clarence Thomas? I'll shoot you in that direction. How about that?
Yeah.
Anyway, so basically what he was saying is that you are risking DNA damage of your future children.
Right.
And I told you, and this is something that, I told you that when we go to a lot of these conscious events on the East Coast, I see a lot of children with deformities.
Yeah.
I'm not used to seeing that. I see a lot of children, our children, little boys, little girls.
Right.
They have different deformities about themselves.
Yeah.
So then it becomes a question of, and now we're seeing, a generation of all of us, but particularly young people who are growing up. Can you imagine a pregnant mother laid up with an iPad on her in her lap, in the bed, watching, whatever she's watching, or flipping through Twitter or whatever? Can you imagine that?
In a room with the TV.
Or carrying her cell phone on her purse, on her arm, and the cell phone is hanging right next to the baby. Yeah.
I've seen some women with the cell phones in their bras.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Muslim women with the cell phone in their hijab.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's critical right there. So I just told everybody in the chat room, and if you're not in the chat room, of course, Brother Darrell was talking about the power of the Navy bean, which if you've read and studied How to Eat to Live, which both Part 1 and Part 2 are online for free, the PDF, How to Eat to Live. But the Navy bean, and I also said bentonite clay, chlorella tablets, and chlorophyll are all three great ways to combat radiation. All right?
Or, like we've always said, we've said it 9 times already, just the basic crystals that you can keep. Black tourmaline, what is this? That's black.
The amethyst.
Amethyst crystal, and a few other crystals that we keep here on the table, just to protect yourself from the radiation.
Yes. So check this out. Reading on a screen before bed might be killing you. Reading from an iPad before bed not only makes it harder to fall asleep, but also impacts how sleepy and alert you are the next day. If you don't want to feel like a zombie during the day, read an actual printed book. If you must stimulate your mind before bed, avoid screens. Sleep deficiency, not getting enough sleep or obtaining poor quality sleep, has been linked to health problems such as obesity, disease, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. Chronic suppression of melatonin has also been associated with increased risk of certain cancers. Now, what's the root word in melatonin?
What is it?
Melanin.
Melanin.
Right? So there is a whole science that's taking place when you lay down to go to bed at night.
Right.
And when I started studying, anybody who's read Black Matter so far, you know that I went through a situation, fillings busted open, and it started seeping, the poison started seeping into my mouth, and it was poisoning me and making me extremely sick. So I got a hold of this guy named Leo Cashman, and I was reading his, he's all about, having the fillings removed and doing it in a holistic way. So I was reading one of his articles, and he talked about when you sleep at night, the room should be dark. There should be no technology on. Don't sleep with your cell phones by your head. Don't sleep with your computers on your bedside, waiting for a Facebook notification to pop up so you can jump up and, join whatever the conversation is at the moment. Don't sleep with your computer in your room. All of that stuff should be somewhere away from you. Now, most of us have TVs in the room.
Right.
I have a habit of falling asleep with the TV on, which is very, very bad. But as much as we can, at night, we need to try to have our sleep and that time undisturbed by technology.
Right. All right, so let's break for a few commercials, and we'll be right back with what you have to say after we talk about the 15 global changes facing humanity. And there's a couple of other short clips that I sent ZaZa. Hopefully she'll play. We want to talk about how sperm grows in a lab and is used to create an army of half-cloned mice.
Yeah.
That's critical.
Yeah, and the whole science behind what's really going on with chemtrails and genetically modified food.
Right. All right. We'll be right back. This is Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali on Enemy Minds Radio.
At Eat, Drink, and Be Conscious, we have a world of products choosing organic ingredients first and 100% all-natural superior ingredients second. Eat, Drink, and Be Conscious created 100% all-natural personal skincare line, the home of our aluminum-free 100% all-natural deodorant with bentonite clay with or without probiotics for adults and children. Our silky smooth, 100% pure shea butter-based skin souffle is great for your skin, especially dry skin, all made with fragrances or pure essential oils. All of our products contain no useless carrier oils, no parabens, no animal derivatives, just no-nonsense skin food. It's good for you. We even have 100% all-natural fluoride-free toothpaste that remineralizes your teeth and helps prevent tooth decay. Visit ednbc.com. Order your superior products today. Health is wealth, and you're worth it. ednbc.com.
Say it loud, I'm Black and I'm proud. Wear your pride on your chest with Foxy's unique limited edition apparel for men, women, and kids. Check them out at myfoxy.com. That's myfoxy.com. At Foxy, they even have a variety of art, pillows, and more at myfoxy.com. Use coupon code MMBPRS14 and get 10% off your order. Get Foxy. Does your business need a boost? Did you hire Pookie and them to do your logo? At Free Yourself Designs, we can help you and your business stand out with our graphic design services, backed by our 100% custom design guarantee. Call us today, 919-964-FYD1. That's 919-964-3931. Or email us at freeyourselfdesigns@outlook.com. Free yourself and free your mind with Free Yourself Designs.
What's up, y'all? This is Jason Orr from the Almighty Funk Jazz Cafe Arts and Music Festival, and you're listening to Enemy Minds Radio with Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali. Peace.
Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 1 2. Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali, and we are black in the building.
Announcement.
What is that?
We have our new school.
Yep.
Cooperative Economics. Yes. The Marcus Garvey School in L.A. Oh, I love that school. We talked to the sister today. She's going to get everything set up on the website. And we have our new school. It is a beautiful, beautiful learning institution. They have 134 students right now. They are in the middle of the hood. Right in L.A. And they doing the damn thing. I can't wait to post the information, but I got to wait for the sister to, cross the T's and dot the I's. But I just want to let everybody know, because I have gotten some messages, that we do have our new school for cooperative economics. Yes, and we're going to go see them when we go to L.A. next month, so we'll do a video so you can actually, get a real feel of the school. So, just wanted to put that out there. Thank you.
Guess what?
Yes, sir.
That is the first time you and I have ever spoke together.
First at Marcus Garvey School in L.A.
Yep.
Yeah. So maybe you should, treat me to something special.
I should treat you to something?
Yeah.
What if we go back there and do an upgraded lecture?
That would be awesome.
That's the first time we spoke there. We was just kind of, feeling it out.
Yeah, and freestyling a little bit. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay. All right. So there's a couple of things I want to go over. You have the other clips? The ones I sent you? Or you have to play them straight from YouTube?
I got to play them straight from YouTube. But I do. Okay, so remember, I have another clip on the effect of computers on children, and then also the whole smartphone idea concept. So
let me hold off on this, because this is kind of deep.
Okay.
15 global challenges facing humanity.
Okay.
And as you can see, let me just read them off real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, the 15 global challenges facing humanity. Number 1, sustainable development and climate change. That has a lot to do with chemtrails, HAARP, and them controlling the weather in order to have sustainable development in certain parts of the globe, all right? Clean water, number 2, population and resources, number 3. I don't know why the hell. I'm going to skip number 4. We got to come back to that. Global foresight and decision making. It has something, this number 4 has something to do with democratization. Please. Number 6, this is 15 global challenges facing humanity, not from a black perspective. So I guess that's right in line. Number 7, rich and poor gap. They want to be able to widen the gap. to those that's going to live and those that's just not going to live at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they're going to limit your the time that you exist on the planet.
Wow.
Health issues, education and learning, peace and conflict, status of women.
Mm-hmm.
Number 11 is the status of women.
Wow.
Transnational organized crime, number 12. 13, energy. 14, science and technology. And 15, global ethics.
Global ethics.
Right. These are 15 global challenges facing humanity. We better get our study up, man, for real. All of us.
So check this out. Now, you know, Comcast or Xfinity, right? Do you remember, like, maybe it was a year or 2 years ago when they said we're going to give everybody free internet, right?
Right.
So now, as you're moving around throughout the city, you'll see on your phone the option to sign on to Wi-Fi for Xfinity, whatever. I can never get on for whatever reasons. My phone will never connect. But that's basically telling you that there are Wi-Fi signals everywhere now.
Exactly.
So Sister Felicia...
And they're creating grids.
Right, exactly.
Okay. All right.
So Sister Felicia, I don't know if she's listening, but I'm assuming she is because she just sent me a link. City will provide free broadband to more than 16,000 public housing residents. Residents at the Queensbridge North and Queensbridge South houses will be the first to get free internet.
QB.
The city is poised to begin providing free internet broadband access to more than 16,000 residents of its sprawling public housing system. Buildings at 5 of the poorest New York City Housing Authority complexes will start being wired for the high-speed connection this fall. The city will spend $10 million to deliver the internet to residents of the Mott Haven houses in the Bronx, the poorest area of the city, the Red Hook East and Red Hook West houses in Brooklyn, and the Queensbridge North and Queensbridge South houses in Queens. The Queensbridge houses, the largest development in the nation, will be the first to receive the program. Broadband today is as important. Broadband is as important today as access to electricity and running water was at the end of the 19th century, said Maya Wiley. It's about equity. Without internet, you are at a disadvantage, whether it's doing your homework or accessing government services. Now, we got that right?
All right.
Let's listen to this clip that talks about children now. And I've seen this in my own family. I have some nephews and cousins that came and visited from out of town, and you know, watching them and observing them, just kind of sit back and addicted, like zoned out on the iPad like crazy. It's scary to watch a child like that. They have those eyes, you know, those big eyes that you think, you know, the cartoons where they're like zoned out. Yeah, I've actually seen children in my family do that. Very scary. So let's check out this clip right quick. You are tuned into Enemy Minds Radio with the big homie, Triple OG, ZaZa Ali, and the little homie Professor Griff. We'll be right back.
Toddlers addicted to technology. A psychologist in the UK says this is a real condition, and he's now treating a 4-year-old who just can't give up the iPad. So how much technology is too much? 7 News anchor Ana Cabrera explores this issue.
Hi, this is Bridger. Say hi, Bridger.
Hey, Bridger. A 2-year-old iPad whiz? Do a search on YouTube. It's not uncommon. From a 10-month-old enamored with an iPhone to a 3-year-old working on a laptop. No doubt this is the scene inside millions of homes.
Is technology shaping the way children learn? Sure. Is it doing irreparable harm? I think that is really what's on the table.
It's an issue psychologists can debate, and parents want answers.
I have a lot of concerns about it.
Dan Opit's job is technology.
I work for a small software company in Denver.
And yet, his 3 children, spanning kindergarten through 5th grade, can't touch an iPhone.
No, they don't have iPhones. I've told my son when he reaches 21, he can get his first phone.
They're students at the Denver Waldorf School.
We actually teach by doing.
No computers, no iPads, no technology at school for these kids. Instead, musical instruments, needles and yarn, everyday items and hands-on lessons meant to make learning stick.
It's a car. I can remember it a lot easier.
Do you worry about your kids being kind of left behind and not knowing how to use technology when they're going to need it?
That's a great question, and the answer is no, I don't worry about it at all. Children learn so quickly.
That's one train of thought, but across town,
you want to do the spelling game?
At Aspen Academy, every 5-year-old has access to an iPad.
It can be used in a good way at times.
Mom Carrie West supports it.
It's something that is here and that it's part of their generation. So I think it's actually important to expose them to that.
Here, technology in the classroom is part of the curriculum.
To supplement a reading activity, a research activity.
It's not the focus of learning, but it can be a tool for teaching.
So it should be around.
Navigating the digital world isn't easy for parents. Carrie and Dan both want what's best. So we went to DU psychologist Kim Gorgans.
At what level
Right.
should they be concerned if their children are using all these different forms of technology, from iPads to iPhones to computers?
When the attention is more solely focused on technology in lieu of social engagement, for example, or in lieu of academic work for school-age kids, or at the expense of other activities that they might otherwise enjoy.
Gorgon says those cases are not common. In fact, she calls reports of so-called toddler technology addiction fear-mongering. She says there is no proof technology is actually harmful to a child's development. Bottom line, children need a variety of experiences, and Gorgon says balance is what's really important. Ana Cabrera, 7 News.
And Dr. Gorgon says a lot more research needs to be done to study the effects of technology on children, and it could be generations before we really have the answer.
Very interesting.
Is your smartphone making you dumb?
I think a lot of people just can't operate without their phone.
Bruh, it is so... First of all, to see people sitting down in a restaurant having dinner and everybody is on the cell phone.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That is one of the worst things. Like, tomorrow's not promised for any of us.
Right.
To be sitting on the phone with your friends or your family or even just by yourself and you are zoned out in the phone.
Yeah. Shout out to Siddiqui Bakari on the West Coast, my man. Siddiqui from L.A. Transhumanism, very interesting subject that he chose to do his research in, and he put the book out, and very, very, very serious information, man.
Yeah.
Just pricking the consciousness of those of us that may have fell asleep in one particular area. That brother has covered that area dealing with transhumanism. Robots and machines morphing is critical.
Well, and that's the whole thing behind artificial intelligence.
Right.
But think about Facebook face tracking. All of that is intertied, is intertwined.
Right.
Facebook is tracking your face. We've known for a while that Facebook's technology was frighteningly accurate at putting a name to a face. It published a study last year claiming a 97% hit rate, higher than pretty much every other comparable system. And the more photos that are uploaded, the better it gets. It works by constructing a 3-dimensional model of a face and rotating that model to help the software recognize it from a different angle. Now, it's going back through old photos and tagging you when it spots these distinctive features of yours. Soon, when you're uploading photos, Facebook will pre-scan them and give you suggestions to make it easier. It may even do that already, since the technology is available now to some users. The software will only work with people in your network, and it's a function you can disable, but that hasn't stopped some from voicing their concerns. About the technology's big brotherly connotations. Various governments around the world have funded several similar technology, and Google banned the development of facial recognition apps for its since-retired Glass product. If you were hoping to go incognito today, that's becoming more and more difficult.
Right. Wow. This says sperm grown in a lab used to create an army of half-cloned mice.
Bruh, this is true.
Man-made cells can be mass-produced to fertilize eggs. Point number 1, scientists put sperm cells into eggs with no nucleus to produce stem cells. 2, these behave like sperm cells, so can fertilize eggs. So does fertilize eggs, but can't swim. These teams use man-made sperm to create an army of half-cloned mice. However, they warn the technique is too unreliable to use in humans
yet. That's the key word.
So they're there.
So what this is saying, they've created, it says artificial sperm with enough male genes to successfully fertilize eggs has been mass-produced for the first time. Scientists in China use the sperm, which does not have a tail and cannot swim, to produce what they call half-cloned mice. They say the technique could help speed up research on diseases such as cancer by producing large numbers of genetically modified animals. Did you see this one? Scientists breed muscly pigs. Read that.
Muscly pigs?
Makes you think about Jamal's flyer.
Wow.
The RoboCop pig.
It can take decades of breeding to introduce features in animals that improve their size, taste, and behavior. But molecular biologists in South Korea have been able to speed up the process by editing specific genes. Damn. Using a DNA cutting and binding technology, they were able to breed what is this? Muscly piglets?
Muscly
piglets?
Yeah.
That can one day produce leaner bacon. Can you imagine your bacon on steroids, man?
No, genetically modified.
Right. The study is at least in a long line of research. The study is the latest in a long line of research looking at ways in which genes can be manipulated to enhance or add new features. Led by Jin So Kim, the molecular biologist in Seoul National University, a team of researchers took DNA from a pig and edited its genetic makeup. Damn.
And
they're making your food in a laboratory.
Yeah, and it closes. It says this gene regulates the size of muscles embryos begin to develop and stops them growing too large. When this gene is modified, the muscle cells aren't inhibited, meaning they multiply and create a bulk of muscle tissue.
Right.
Meaning there is your body, or the body of the pig in this case, has a natural boundary that limits certain things from taking place in the body.
But what happens when you eat it? What happens in your body?
Great point. Yeah.
Right.
Snapchat. You ever use Snapchat?
Snapchat?
Yeah.
No.
So Snapchat is the text messaging kind of Apple. What do you call it?
Okay.
It's the app, right? Where you can send a text or a video and then it'll be automatically deleted so no one can ever see it.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So check this out. Snapchat got more than 400 legal requests for user data in 4 months. You may have heard about Snapchat, the mobile app that allows users to capture videos and pictures that self-destruct after a few seconds. When a user sends a message, they get to decide whether it will live for between 1 and 10 seconds. After that, it's history, or so you think. Snapchat says it deletes messages from its servers after recipients have viewed them, but one of the exceptions is when police or authorities come along. This should not be a surprise to anyone at this point. Snapchat disclosed that more than 400 requests seeking user data arrived from November through February. Snapchat turned over information in all but 8% of the 375 requests made by U.S. authorities. The app usually warns the sender when a recipient has taken a screenshot of a message, but this system isn't foolproof, which is why, in the end, Snapchat warns, don't send messages that you wouldn't want someone to save or share.
Wow. My cousin got shot in the chest the other night. They said he drove 15 miles to the hospital. But now his cell phone was confiscated by the police.
Oh, wow.
And he warned other family members of mine that there's some incriminating stuff in the cell phone.
Oh, wow.
Can you get my phone? Too late.
Damn. And sometimes even if you get the phone, they can still go back and recover the information.
Listen, anything that's in your phone.
If you watch ID Channel, they can go back. Every text message you've ever sent, they can go back and pull all that information up. You want to read this on the PayPal thing, and then I'll play your clip. You want to play the one about the fast food company develops robots?
Yeah, let's play that first. But check this out. I was scrolling through Don Diva magazine, not for the chicks, but PayPal's future injectable and ingestible password technology. Did you hear what I said? Injectable and ingestible. And I came to and I just kind of casually like, what does ingestible mean?
Right. It means you can swallow it.
That means you can swallow it. Now there's a whole different process when you digest it.
Right.
Some ingestible things, can they be digested or can they go straight through?
I would assume liquids can.
Okay, but what if it's not liquid? Because PayPal's future of having passwords being ingested. That means you can take a capsule and swallow it with all of your passwords in it. And basically, your passwords are secure because they're in your body. That's nothing short of having an implantable biomicrochip inside of you.
Yeah. Because
you
you
asked
could
me
be,
to
I'm sure
read
you
that.
could be
I
tracked.
can't read that.
You can't read that?
It's too little.
Bro, you got your glasses on.
Bruh.
Oh, that's those Walmart specials. PayPal sees a future where there is no need to memorize passwords because each will be a password with the help of injectable and ingestible devices. As long as passwords are the standard methods of identifying your users on the web, people will still continue to use LetMean or password 123 for their let me in. People use let me in as a password. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Or password 123 for their secure login, and will continue to be shocked when their accounts become compromised. So they have a small, what does that look like, a large bean, like a kidney bean size?
No, that looks like a tiny little Tylenol capsule.
It's bigger than the fingernail there.
Oh, okay,
so it looks like it's probably like the size of a kidney bean. It's blue.
Right.
And, they're saying that I guess they're trying technology for people to be able to swallow this little capsule and retain their password.
Right.
Bruh, it's not that serious. It's not that serious. I'm sorry.
Okay, so can you play the clip? I want people to hear this.
Okay, so the fast food robot?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
The fast food industry is toying with a new idea. Now, with so many workers clamoring for higher pay, many executives in the fast food market are looking toward robots as their next new hires. The burger-making robot will cost millions of dollars to develop, but if they can build one that lasts, corporate investors say it could end up being much cheaper, raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour. A company called Momentum Machines has already made a robot that can put out one burger every 10 seconds, and it literally does everything, from slicing the tomatoes and pickles to grinding the meat and toasting the bun. The company says their new machine is more sanitary, more consistent, and more productive than a human workforce. Early tests put out more than 360 burgers every hour. They're also working on a new machine that could take it a step further. This new robot would allow customers to custom order their meat. The machine can custom grind the meat, so customers can request any combination of beef, bison, or pork, all cooked to order. Automated manufacturing systems, very similar to this one, have already put thousands of Americans out of work in warehouses around the country. This new technology is ready to go. All McDonald's and Burger King have to do is cut the check and send out a few pink slips. Before you know it, the people fighting for a higher wage floor might soon end up sleeping on the streets.
Ooh. Okay.
So if you got a job at McDevil's, Murder King, Drunken Donuts, Dairy Queer, Long John Killers, Kentucky Fried Chicken, any of them spots, yo, you better secure your position for real.
Okay. Can I play this clip?
How many burgers a minute?
300.
God damn. You out of a damn job, y'all. Yeah. But anyway, go ahead, do your thing.
All right, let's check this out.
I have 422 friends, yet I'm lonely. I speak to all of them every day, yet none of them really know me. The problem I have sits in the spaces between looking into their eyes or at a name on a screen. I took a step back and opened my eyes. I looked around and realised that this media we call social is anything but when we open our computers, and it's our doors we shut. All this technology we have, it's just an illusion. Community, companionship, a sense of inclusion, yet when you step away from this device of delusion, you awaken to see a world of confusion. A world where we're slaves to the technology we mastered, where information gets sold by some rich, greedy bastard. A world of self-interest, self-image, self-promotion, where we all share our best bits but leave out the emotion. We're at our most happy with an experience we share, but is it the same if no one is there? Be there for your friends, and they'll be there too, but no one will be if a group message will do. We edit and exaggerate, crave adulation. We pretend not to notice the social isolation. We put our words into order until our lives are glistening. We don't even know if anyone is listening. Being alone isn't the problem. Let me just emphasise, if you read a book, paint a picture, or do some exercise, you're being productive and present, not reserved and recluse. You're being awake and attentive and putting your time to good use. So when you're in public and you start to feel alone, put your hands behind your head, step away from the phone. You don't need to stare at your menu or at your contact list. Just talk to one another. Learn to coexist. I can't stand to hear the silence of a busy commuter train where no one wants to talk through the fear of looking insane. We're becoming unsocial. It no longer satisfies to engage with one another and look into someone's eyes. We're surrounded by children who, since they were born, have watched us living like robots and think it's the norm. It's not very likely you'll make world's greatest dad if you can't entertain a child without using an iPad. When I was a child, I'd never be home. Be out with my friends on our bikes we would roam. I'd wear holes in my trainers and graze up my knees. We'd build our own clubhouse high up in the trees. Now the park's so quiet it gives me a chill. See no children outside and the swings hanging still. There's no skipping, no hopscotch, no church and no steeple. We're a generation of idiots, smartphones and dumb people. So look up from your phone, shut down.
Wow.
Smartphones and dumb people. Now, let's say this because we talked about vanity and depression in the subject matter. Let me just tell you, because you know, Griff and I are magnets for people in their experiences and what they're going through their life. Like, trust me, oh my God, you would be astounded by the amount of energy that comes our way with people who are looking for help or guidance or trying to figure themselves out. The internet is making a whole lot of people's lives worse than they normally would have been.
Right, exactly.
Let's just keep it 100. There is a lot of people on the internet faking like a mother sucker.
Right.
I said sucker with an S for the children who are listening. There is so much faking and fronting online going on. Oh, my God. And when you know the person, that's really shout out to Monique. But when you know the person that's doing the fronting and you sitting back like, bruh, why are you doing that?
Right.
Why are you doing that? So, you know, don't sit back and marvel at other people's lives and what they show you on Facebook.
Right.
What they show you on Facebook is only what they're showing you on Facebook.
Right. The brother I told you that came in with the model chick at the
tell them that story,
at the Asian
please.
restaurant. Real quick, man. I'm in a restaurant ordering some vegan stuff. The brother stepped to the counter, you know, with the model chick on his arm, and he was dressed like Akon. Mm-hmm. When he got to the counter, he started talking to the people, talking down at them, ordering them around and whatever. Mm-hmm. So he turned to the model chick and told her to go see if his car is all right. So I guess he left it running outside. You understand what I'm saying? So he looked like something that may have stepped out of one of the magazines, the hip-hop magazines. Mm-hmm. He had every hip-hop thing. I mean, the hip-hop grimy-lated, tatted out, blinged out cell phone. Mm-hmm. He had the studded diamond chain that went to from his watch to his wallet. Mm-hmm. He had the new air fakers on. He had the probably some Air Yeezys or something. This dude was just like from hip-hop, fake hip-hop from head to toe. Mm-hmm. Talking with a Nigerian kind of accent, ordering people around in the restaurant, man. Just telling the people, you know, when is my water? Is my water ready? Bring my water out. Mm-hmm. I mean, just ordering people. Bro, you need to tone that down, bro. Yeah. Turn the volume down. Right. But anyway, I think he must have been kind of either high on himself, stuck on himself, self-centered, or whatever, I guess, but everybody in his little cipher. Mm-hmm. But he was bragging about Africans, I guess Nigerians, bragging about how smart Africans are, and this, that, and the other, ordering people around. The chick was with him, was super light skinned with the model thing going on. Her breast was so big it was pushing her chin up. He was ordering the Asian people around as though, you know, he had servants.
Disrespectful.
Very disrespectful.
Wow.
I wanted to say something so bad, but I said, "Now's not the time. Pick your battles, bro." Yeah. Pick your battles. But you never talk to people like that that's making your food.
Yeah, you don't. And, you know, this whole idea now of, not the idea, but the vanity that you see. But first of all, what is an Instagram model?
A what?
An Instagram model.
Do they have the Instagram awards or something?
Media Takeout and different gossip websites, you know, that have Facebook pages and all this different stuff. They call these women Instagram models. So is that a woman who takes pictures and posts them on Instagram? Do they get paid? Somebody in the chat room hit me up and let me know. What is an Instagram model? Because I have no idea. But, you know, first of all, you're going to take 50 selfies to get the one you really want.
No, you got to pull back on that because now they got the little selfie extension thing.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh,
so
my
you could
God.
take
okay. Okay. If you have a damn stick that holds your cell phone and you hold it out to take a selfie of yourself.
Shoot yourself,
man. We're going to pray for you. Oh, my God. When I saw these things
pray.
Lord, these people, Lord, that done went out and bought this goddamn metal stick that extends out. And they put, Lord, I don't even know what to call it, Lord. What is they? Walmart, Target. Who else sell it?
I don't know.
Internet.
Goddamn, I ain't get anything on the internet.
The
But no,
selfie
seriously.
sticks.
A
That is
selfie
so
stick, man.
whack.
Somebody's making a mint, though. Somebody watching black people and saying, you know something? I'm going to make a goddamn stick, package it, and sell it.
But it ain't just black people. It's
No,
everybody.
But from our perspective, when we walk out of the door and we interact with our people, it's like, what you doing? Oh, she's like, yo, get in this picture, Griff.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? Like, hold on.
And pull out the stick and that's but back to the point of vanity, like, you know, and the funny thing about it is when you take a selfie, it's only like 2, maybe 3 you can make, because you get your face and the top of your body. So you see these people posting these pictures over and over and over and over, the same pictures. It's like, and there's nothing wrong with, you know, you could celebrate yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. But we're walking a very, very, very fine line between, you know, vanity and just, you know, quote unquote social network. I saw a video that a woman put up of herself in the camera grabbing on her hair. I'm hoping that hair was real because she was grabbing that hair like it was just the best, grabbing her hair and looking into the camera lovingly and twisting her face and making these body language like, I'm going to seduce you.
No, I'm going to seduce me, herself.
Yes, she's in love with herself. And it was like, who does that?
Wow.
That is so whack and so damn corny. I don't care how pretty you are. You look stupid. Right. Do you really need attention from other people like that?
Smokey Robinson said, man, he says, listen, you know, you didn't start. You ain't at the front of the line. You're in the middle somewhere. You're definitely not going to be at the end. This thing started way before you got here.
Black Dahlia said thirsty ass. All right, let's play this. Well, we got 15 minutes left. You want to try to take a couple of callers?
No.
We got a lot of people holding.
There's a lot of people holding. Yeah. See what we've done?
But you know what, though? Sometimes on the shows we have to, in order to get everything out, sometimes we can't take callers. But let's just take a few callers.
But this is an interesting area code, though. Let me just take this one caller right here. Hold on for a second. It'll work. Caller from the 781 area code. This is Professor Griff ZaZa Ali. What's your name? Where you calling from? Now, you see,
781?
I chose one damn caller. Pete, 909 area code. This is Professor Griff ZaZa Ali. What's good?
What's up, my brother? How you doing?
All right, how you feel, man?
I'm good. This is Claude.
Claude, what's going on?
Yeah, brother. Oh, man, I just wanted to talk about this artificial intelligence thing, man. You know, I had told you, I guess, about last month about this Jade Helm 15 deal that's going down with the military.
Right, but
so
keep in mind,
what's going on, man, is that
talk about Jade Helm 15.
Artificial intelligence, it was an algorithm that they have.
Listening. When we talk about Jade Helm 15, there was a 14, 13, 12, 11, and 10. I was watching something the other day that talked about Jade Helm 3. You understand what I'm saying? Zaza, what are you...
Artificial vagina, how to use pocket to... where'd you find this?
Doing my research, man. This is going to be the dude...
This is doing your research.
No. These people are so into themselves. They don't want to have...
Okay, we got to play this. Is Claude still on?
Claude, I don't know. Where did Claude go? Claude, let me see if we can get Claude again and play it.
Check. This is going to be explicit, right?
Yeah, put the children away for a minute.
Then y'all cover their ears real quick. Check this out.
Put the children away.
Hey, and welcome to another video from Don'tNeedAman.com. Today we have one of our first male masturbators. So this is an aid to help men masturbate. With the fleshlight craze that has taken over the last couple of years, these silicone vaginas have become very popular as well. So this is shaped as a woman's main part of her torso there. We turn over, we can see she has both holes, a vagina and an anus. The anus is only a smaller hole, so it's designed either for your finger or for a little bullet vibrator in there to make the whole thing vibrate. Whereas the vagina here, you can pull it apart. You can see inside there that there's a lot of little granules and stuff to help stimulate the penis inside there. So obviously lubricate yourself and hold as such, and you can either thrust into it or jam it back and forth as if you're masturbating without it, or a mixture of both. Great fun, mandatory for all guys. Silicone vagina from Don'tNeedAman.com.
Oh,
Don'tNeedAman.com.
That's what your research produced.
That's what my research produced. I mean, the thing with the robots in the home, in the restaurant, and these people are so stuck on themselves they don't need. Listen, that's black women walking around now talking about I don't need no man. That's brothers talking about, well, yeah, you know, all women are yada 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 yada. Well,
yeah,
you still must find yourself by yourself.
It's all pink. You heard that before?
Yeah.
Idiots.
So when these women shut it down, get it together, and shut the candy shop down, that's where them brothers are reaching to, for that right there.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. But you got to see the video, though. The video has the little doll, and he opens the doll. Oh, okay, yeah, thank you very much.
All right, can we find Claude? Where's Claude? Hold on, wait. Claude. All right, Claude, we got a couple of minutes, Claude. I think this is you. Claude, are you there?
Yeah, I'm right here. Sorry about my phone, brother.
There was a glitch, man. Yeah, what's up?
That was on me. It wasn't you. My phone messed up. But I wanted to just fill you in on this AI thing, man. This is big. You know, we're heading into the AI world now. And starting tomorrow, we're going to be doing the first AI exercise in the United States for the military, and you know it's called Jade Helm 15. And I've been doing research on this. I wanted to know, why are they doing this? There's many reasons, and don't worry, it's not to pick up all the black folks and put them in camps yet. They don't even have that ready. What they're trying to do is they're trying to make this program, Jade program, work.
Claude, we've already proven and shown and proven, not to cut you off, but there are over 800 camps. More than half of them are ready to receive prisoners. FEMA camps.
Yes, I know that. But, the reason why they're hitting toward Texas and hitting them, and the governor of Texas is throwing those little National Guards out there, because the white man's scared. See, people are getting tired all around the world of these Ku Klux Klans and all these people killing all these brothers and sisters. We may not know it because we're the blind ones. We don't get the real news. But what's happening, this Jade Helm is part of that, the Agenda 21 deal. You know what I'm saying? Where there's an algorithm to program robotic fighters.
I'm like a Puffy remix. Where was that, ZaZa, where the white man stood against the FBI? Him and his
that was here. That was here.
Militia.
That was in Nevada. That was at Bundy.
That was
down there at the Bundy Ranch. And we got another guy around the corner from me that's doing it right now.
There was another standoff where he called in some of his friends from around the country.
Yeah, that was the Ted Bundy
Ranch. Here in northern Nevada, right around the corner from me. Yeah.
So you had to take that comment back about white people being scared. White people ain't scared. White men are standing up because them tobacco chewing, buck teeth, pop belly, overall wearing ass crack. They like, look, God, let me tell you something, goddamn. This is our country. We're gonna take our goddamn country back. And they mean that for real. They mean that. They taking their country back.
Yes, they do. They actually intend to do that. And I don't know exactly what's going on, but what the military plans on doing is making sure that they don't have a lot of losses if there's a big insurgency or some type of a civil war in the United States. So this program, Jade program, is actually a software program. And what it is, they're supposed to be testing it now so that they can test the algorithm to perfect it so that they can use remote control tanks, remote control helicopters, remote control everything to bust your ass. Sorry about the French, but that's what it's about.
Okay, really appreciate your call, Claude. Wow.
No problem, man.
Appreciate you, brother. Definitely appreciate you, brother. You know, I was listening to, I think it was Dane Wigington talking about chemtrails and HAARP, and he was saying that Jade Helm is purely to another one of those things that they put out there to sit back and see what the people, how the people are going to respond. They're monitoring what people are saying about it, how people feel about it, how they express themselves online about it. They're monitoring how people are responding to it. But if you haven't seen Terminator Genesis, you should go check it out.
Yeah.
It's a good movie, but it's also lending to what we're talking about. Of course, Lucy. What was the other movie about the girl, the female robot that the guy made and kept in his house?
Oh.
What was that called?
Oh, wow, I forget.
It was something. It's a recent movie.
Yeah, we saw it.
There's a lot of movies coming out right now where artificial intelligence is the underlying. What was it? Chappie.
Not Chappie. Well, Chappie
was
another one, right?
Was another movie where it's dealing with artificial intelligence.
Right.
So, real quick, when we look at chemtrails, when we look at HAARP, chemtrails, it's hard to really explain this without seeing the visuals. But I took pictures when I was in Oakland and I put them in my lecture of these real thick webs, and I've seen them out here and I pointed them out to you. They're not regular spider webs; they're webs. These are the polyfibers that are falling down from the fallout from chemtrails. They are finding this stuff in people's skin. And as far as my research showed me, it was Europeans. But I did get an email from a brother who said he knew a black woman who was a paraplegic who, if I remember correctly, she either had a drug problem or there was something wrong or off balance about her. But that she had some form of Morgellons disease. And so, of course, in my mind, I thought, well, you know, when a black person does drugs, we're more susceptible to being addicted because it what's the word? It attaches to melanin, and it becomes one, if you will, with the melanin DNA. That's not what I want to say, but my mind, I'm getting off the subject. But anyway, so these fibers are taking hold in people's bodies and they're self-replicating. Now, that's part one. Part two is I saw a video of origami robots, these little robots that start off as just little flat pieces of silver paper, very, very small, and then they become activated and they walk around and they have a mind to do things and you can give them orders and then you can put them in acid and they'll dissolve. The robots, the mini origami robots that they showed in this film clip look exactly like the fibers that are growing and morphing in these people's bodies.
So basically like the robot that came out of Neo's body in The Matrix.
Yes, but not exactly. Remember, you saw the film? Didn't you see the clip when we were in North Carolina? Nanobots, exactly.
Nanobots, yeah.
The little bitty, but they call it robots. They're very, very small. I'll show you the clip, but they're so small. They're not even like what you would think of as a robot.
The
no
movie
legs.
Was Ex Machina?
Ex Machina, yes, exactly.
Oh, thank you, 317.
They don't have any legs.
And 214. I'm sorry, go on.
No problem. They don't have legs, but they're really, really small, tiny, tiny robots.
Right.
So these things are a variation of these things are now growing in people's bodies.
Right.
Genetically modified food is altering your genetics.
Right.
If you are eating fruit that does not have seeds, that cannot reproduce, do you think it's going to do to you?
You setting yourself up, man, to be a Vic, for real.
Exactly. So, you know, it is what it is. We got to deal with the reality of what we're facing and then use technology to the best of our ability to move our people forward. You know, we got some people from the older school, I will say, that are totally against the internet, totally against using the quote-unquote white man's social media networks, who are telling us that we shouldn't even be watching TV.
Right. It's been a beautiful show, brothers and sisters. We want to thank you all for tuning in yet again on NMEMINDZ Radio with Professor Griff ZaZa Ali. And as we depart, the Conscious Marketplace this Sunday at the Helpful Essence Cafe starting at 12 o'clock. Vendors show up at 11, please. If you want to vend, calling on all poets, MCs, rappers, singers, DJs, all vendors, whatever you selling. Well, not whatever you're selling. All martial artists are welcome. Come on through.
Don't come with no plastic vagina.
Thank you. Crazy. Call 678-557-2919. That's 678-557-2919. Or call 0830. Shout out to my crew, Public Enemy. The album has dropped. Man plans, God laughs. Y'all say it with me. Man plans, God laughs.
God laughs.
Man plans, God laughs. Man plans,
God laughs.
God laughs.
Okay.
Go to www.publicenemy.com. Right? Please check my website out, www.professorgriff.me. Let me know what y'all think. How can I spruce it up? Do whatever. If any tech heads, web designers out there, hit me up. Give me some tips, some pointers, something. All right? You got a quote?
I will not commit treason against my ancestors.
That's deep.
That is from the Oracle of Ma'at.
I got a quote from my man Chuck D. Chuck D said, I got a letter from the government the other day. I opened and read it. They said they were suckers. Barack Obama, Barack Obama, do the damn thing and pardon our sister, all right?
Oh, my God. How could I forget that? Sharonda Jones. Go ahead.
No, go on.
No, go ahead, because I'll go off into a whole other tangent.
We only got a few minutes. Go on.
Sharonda Jones, everybody please pray for this sister. She has been incarcerated now for 20 years. Her file is on Barack Obama's desk right now. We are willing and praying for her so that she can be freed. This is pretty much her last stand because by the courts. It has to be a government pardon. She is serving a life sentence right now as a first-time drug offender, no previous history in crime. Sharonda Jones, look her story up. I'm going to put the Washington Post article with the video of her daughter up on our Facebook page as well as my page. Please send your love and support to this sister. She is a beautiful, beautiful woman with a beautiful spirit, and she needs to be free. Yes.
Brothers and sisters, we want to just try to, we're trying to find something to do very special for our listeners, those of y'all that are dedicated to tuning in every Tuesday and Thursday. And some of y'all, we even know y'all by name. So this is what we're going to do, Zaza. You know the intro that we do, the theme that we do, the intro?
Yeah.
How about we let them write it?
The whole thing?
The entire thing.
How about we let everybody give us pieces and then we put it together?
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Give me your address, the email address. Give me your
MINDZMATTERS@gmail.com.
Send it to us and we'll piece it together. All right. And the new intro will definitely be of the people, by the people, for the people.
For the people.
All right.
For.
It's Professor Griff ZaZa Ali, and we wish, as Don Cornelius said, we wish y'all love, peace, and soul.
Peace and love, family. We'll see y'all Tuesday.
You sure?
What cafe did Griff say he will be at on Sunday? That's Sunday. Cafe.
The Helpful Essence Cafe
in Atlanta, Georgia. The
Conscious
address,
Marketplace.
Conscious Marketplace. The address is York Ave, Southwest.
All
Peace,
right.
family.
Call 404-8068, 0830. All right.
Email us, Daryl. We're not emailing you. Email us.
And the DVD sale is on, brothers and sisters.
The DVD sale is on.
We waiting on y'all. The list is like thorough. Know what I mean? All right. Peace. We out. I wanna love you, baby.